At first I was 50-50, then when I seen Tyson Fury in good shape, I'm like, oh, fuck, he's in dog shape, man.
Malik, how you doing, my man? Everything okay? I do want to ask you, on a personal level, how much do you want this win? Obviously, you've been around Deontay for a few fights now. We saw the Hellenius win and we saw how brutal that was from Deontay. But personally, is there something that you want to sort of strike off and say, listen, this is what I'm about as well?
Absolutely, yeah, because I'm a teacher. I come from the cloth of teaching. I have a representation and a reputation for being a good teacher, for being a studier, for being someone that is very analytical at times, or probably too analytical sometimes for boxing, but I take pride in that. So my teaching reputation is on the line with this fight, like it is with all the Deontay fights or anybody in the corner, but especially Deontay, because it's a target on our back. Just cause, you know what I mean? Especially we coming off the Parker loss and then this fight, like, you know what I mean? And we all know, in my opinion, who may be possibly the favorite in this fight, considering our last fight. But then Zhang really just looked vulnerable also against Parker. So, like, you know what I mean? We'll see. But I just know what Deontay can do, and I want him to show y'all what I brag about all the time.
As someone who's a student of the game, obviously there's a big fight on May 18th in Saudi Arabia. Somebody who's watched a lot of boxing. I want to ask you, we saw what happened with the cut with Tyson Fury. Knowing the history of boxing, do you feel like that's going to play a part on May 18th? If not, how does that fight play out between Usyk and Fury?
At first I was 50-50, then when I seen Tyson Fury in good shape, I'm like, oh, fuck, he's in dog shape, man. And when Fury is in good shape like that, it's just very, very tough. Because you got to realize, like, the most entertaining Fury and the most wealthy Fury is the heavy Fury. But my personal favorite Fury is Wilder Fury 1, Fury Kevin Johnson. That Fury back then, like, you know what I mean? When he's shaking and baking and double pump fakes and all that, he's very dangerous. But I think he's at a point now that even though he's smaller, he's still older. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if the punch resistance may be there. The reflexes, I don't have to think, I know. He's older now. Yeah, and when you get older, you get wiser, but that doesn't mean the physics will go with that wiseness, if that makes sense to you. Because reflexes go, timing go, and no matter how much you spend in training camps, if you in there with a guy like Oleksandr Usyk, it could play against you. It could play against you.
Malik, Boxing King Media in association with Boxroom. The last fight with Joseph Parker.
Yes, sir.
He got a lot of criticism after that fight,
yes,
Deontay. A lot of people saying he was past his best.
Yeah.
You know, his resilience has gone.
Yeah.
His foot movement was all over the place.
Right.
How did you assess the fight afterwards? And how was Deontay Wilder after that fight, receiving that criticism?
I think he received it well because he's been getting critiqued and criticized his whole. When you get to this level, I don't think like criticism should be a main factor in your life. I think at this point we all should know how to ostracize the opinions of human beings. And I think like no matter what, that's the least of my problems. The least of my main worries is my main goal is for my guys to go in there, perform, and then get out and go home to their family. Yeah, you got out healthy, went home to the family, but the performance was shit. So the performance was shit, it didn't go our way, so we can't really sit around and just mope down about it all day long. So what he did was, he been started pre-camp. What he did was, he been started sparring guys. What he did was constantly talk to me every day and talk to JDs and Cuz Hill, and let's go over a game plan to readjust things. And the readjustment, it wasn't so many things, it's just a mindset. Like, that's all it is. If the shot's there, take it. You can't wait around. You have to occupy the spaces between you and your guy, like, especially when you're a killer like he is. And unfortunately, we came up short that night, and go.
A lot of people wanted to see Wilder Joshua years ago when both were undefeated, we both had all the belts. Yeah. Is that a fight that potentially still could happen with the Saudi investment, and as long as Deontay Wilder wins?
He wins. When he knock out Zhang, is going to be the most talked about fight, especially if Joshua. No, not even especially because Joshua wouldn't even have fought next in. So I would say like it's still a major fight, man. A major fight. I just want to see these two guys in the ring with each other. When it comes to Deontay and Joshua, I share a sentiment that all you guys share, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like, I was happy just to see them next to each other. I never heard of like two guys always wanting to fight and supposed to fight, and you never see them at the same press conference. So I was good with that. And then I was like, oh, I want to see them fight. now because I want Deontay to knock him out. Like, you know, it's just so much stuff. But I truly believe, like, it's a great matchup, but I believe it's an even better matchup with me verbally saying it once Deontay handled his business June 1st. Because Zhang is too dangerous for me or anybody to look past. He's one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the world right now, and easy. There's not even nothing to think about. He's a big southpaw, and he's confident. That's enough, and he believes.
Malik, as someone who's been around boxing for a long time, and you know you're a coach now, you take the protection of fighters to its utmost. What do you make of Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney are fighting on Saturday? There's a lot going on social media. What do you make of Ryan's demeanor going into this fight, and how do you see that fight playing out?
It's tough because you see Ryan and they come across and make you be sentimental with him, and then it make you say, hold on, is this dude promoting? Because even if he's promoting, this is going a bit far. But then when you see his body, he's not flabby, he's in shape. I seen him the other day outside working pads with Derek James. He looked good, extremely fast. So it's almost like it's like he putting a banana in the tailpipe. Like, is he trying to trick us? What is he doing? But if I'm going to go off of how everything is looking, then I for sure put my money on Devin Haney. I'm seeing a man do nothing but train and sacrifice. I'm seeing a man with a better resume than anybody in his weight class. I'm seeing a man sacrifice. I'm seeing a man look shredded. I'm hearing about what a man is doing in sparring. But then when I go to his opponent, he just got married again. He's drinking, he's smoking, he's doing whatever. If this is all promotion, in my opinion, it's a bit far. And I want to speak on something else. I think there should be a limit to the promotion. I don't think a fighter should be able to promote by showing his fans or the boxing world that he's into self-sabotaging. I don't think you should be. I think if you self-sabotage and use that as promotion, I think you should be fined very heavy, very, very heavy. I'm looking forward to it.
Is there anything from, obviously, the Parker defeat, and obviously Zhang's just lost to Parker. Mm-hmm. Have you seen anything with that Parker fight where you can say, this is what we're going to focus on training camp to get that man out right?
No. When I look at Zhang fight, I look at the fights where he's in control, but then just the fact of fatigue kicking in. He's scared of fatigue. He's scared to get tired because he falls apart. He becomes like a Pop-Tart, and he gets weak when he gets tired. He doesn't deal with fatigue very well, but you have to give him a reason to get fatigued. If you're just standing there staring at him and missing, he's going to get tired. But if you jamming him up in here, and you hitting him everywhere besides his head right off the rip, you could wear him down. And that's what Deontay, he know exactly what this job calls for, and it doesn't call for him to be anything besides who he is. He's a very violent man, he's a real killer, and he's going to have to be everything I believe he is come June 1st.
I mean, Wilder's kind of said it from his own mouth. He's got nothing to lose. This is, as it were, an almost last chance saloon that he's imposed on himself. Is this the most dangerous that we've ever seen Deontay Wilder?
I would say circumstantial-wise, absolutely, because the circumstances call for him to either shit or get off the pot. And the circumstances call for him to be very, very violent. The circumstances, they call for him to be who he really is and let nothing distract him. Zhang is there to be hit. Like, he's not like some big heavyweight that don't get hit. He's a big heavyweight that get hit. That right there is enough for Deontay Wilder to have a chance at clipping you. You're a big man, you're a bigger target. That means your defense is slower. I don't care how dangerous you is, the bigger you are, the slower you move. You're lazy sometimes, which means you give your opposition an opportunity to hit you. You're lazy sometimes. You're a bigger man. You can't get out of the way of the right hand too quick. So those are things that's on our side, but this is a bunch of things that may possibly go against us. Deontay has fought southpaws, but he never fought a southpaw like this, concerning size, concerning back foot counters, concerning all of these things. So it's a very dangerous fight, but I also believe the opportunity itself that it presents for Deontay, it'll take him exactly where he's trying to go for this.